Hello, everybody. Daniel Feuerstein here for Beyond the 90. As we, of course, learned on Wednesday, March the 26th, around 10:15 in the morning, that CBS Sports and the U.S. Soccer Federation have signed a multi-year broadcasting deal to once again put the Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup on CBS Sports platforms, linear and digital, of course, digitally meaning Paramount Plus website and or app. I am thrilled. I am excited. I am just beaming with joy. I'm beaming with excitement because we now have an exclusive rights holder in CBS Sports who has been doing marvelous work for the sport of football, for the sport of soccer, whether it is leagues like Serie A in Italy, whether it be the Brasileiro, the Argentine First Division, Scottish Premier League, USL Championship, USL League One, the NWSL, and of course, other cup competitions like in Europe, the UEFA Champions League, UEFA's Europa League, of course, now the Conference League, and then, of course, just recently finished their fourth edition broadcasting the CONCACAF Nations League semifinals and final matchups. And what can you say about this situation with CBS Sports and the U.S. Open Cup? It's a match made in heaven, like I've always thought it should be, and it has to be, and it is. You know, when CBS Sports officially came out of nowhere in 2023's Open Cup tournament, they just said to U.S. Soccer, we'd like to broadcast a couple of games with you, just to, feel out period. And so they did. Three matches in the third round proper of the 2023 U.S. Open Cup. And from that point on, it went well because at the time, U.S. Soccer signed that exclusive broadcasting deal with Turner Sports, meaning all properties of U.S. Soccer are being broadcasted, the men, the women, and also at the time meant the Open Cup as well. And so when CBS Sports put their hat in the ring, I'm basically was shocked to see this, but I thought that was a great move. And then all of a sudden, they went from the third round, a couple of games in the fourth round, a couple more in the fifth, and then two quarterfinal matches. And then when it got to the semifinals and the final, Turner Sports decided to opt out of the Open Cup section of the broadcast rights with U.S. Soccer. And CBS Sports says, that's fine. We'll take them over. And so they broadcasted both the semifinals. Of course, they had Andres Cordero and Ray Hudson live from TQL Stadium in Cincinnati, Ohio, when Inter Miami was on the road against FC Cincinnati. And of course, that one was won in a penalty kick shootout. Excellent job on the broadcast, by the way, being there. And then, of course, broadcasting the second semifinal, which was Houston Dynamo against, I believe it was Sporting Kansas City or Real Salt Lake it was against Real Salt Lake. And they all of a sudden broadcasted the final. Turner Sports opted out of the Open Cup. CBS Sports came in, and not only did they do a fantastic job broadcasting that final, I mean, the build-up in the pre-match production was exquisite. It was unreal. I was having several mind-blowing moments when you had Dan Clark, of course, Dan Hunt, Lamar Hunt's father. That's, of course, Dan Hunt is Lamar Hunt's son. Talking about the Open Cup itself, comparing it to the NCAA men's basketball tournament. Of course, as we already know what it is, it's the Final Four, and it's currently going on as we speak with the men's college basketball Final Four tournament. And so that editing jewel, the first of two, was unbelievable. And then all of a sudden, another editing jewel came out of nowhere, highlighting important American moments in our nation's history, whether they are good, bad, positive, negative, regardless of it. It intertwined with the history of the U.S. Open Cup. And from that day, I just said to myself, oh my God, where was this in the past? Now, granted, look, you can only hope for so much when you have someone like ESPN broadcasting every single match of every single round of the games. And I was happy about that. I was happy. But to see what CBS did, in my mind, blew ESPN out of the water. It really, really did. Because here's the thing, when you have a fantastic presenter like Kate Smith is, of course, formerly Kate Abdo, Kate Smith just doing her absolute best as a presenter for CBS Sports, not just for the UEFA Champions League, not just for CONCACAF Nations League semifinals and finals shows, but of course the Open Cup final, which was on CBS Network, CBS Sports Network, I should say, with Clint Dempsey, with Charlie Davies. And the sideline reporters was Nico Cantor, Susanna Collins, and in the booth again, Andres Cordero, Ray Hudson, Christina Uncle, of course, doing another fabulous job as the rules analyst, the referee analyst to help with describing whatever problems have come up during certain parts of the match. What should the referee do here? What should VAR do here? And it just blew me away. It blew me away how CBS Sports produced the U.S. Open Cup final from 2023. And my hope at that time was that CBS Sports, U.S. Soccer, multi-year broadcasting deal, and they get ready for the future of the Open Cup. And I'm thinking to myself, this is how the Open Cup should be until I don't have to repeat myself. We all know what happened with Major League Soccer and their uh, attempted sabotage of the 2024 Open Cup when they tried to exempt all of their first division clubs and use their next pro clubs as substitutes for the Open Cup. And then they just kept on holding out until they were finally forced to bring in 8 clubs, now 16 for 2025. Still not enough. We need all now 27 MLS clubs in the Open Cup and hopefully in the future. But, this is absolutely great. This is fantastic. And I'm so happy. And I'm so excited that we're going to get another masterful broadcasting performance from CBS Sports. Now, once again, the majority of these matches will be on Paramount Plus. And I understand people are not happy about a paywall. But look, I mean, unfortunately, this is the future. This is the new version of cable television that you're going to have to pay for separate subscriptions to watch games. You're doing it with MLS Season Pass if you're an MLS fan. You're doing this if you're watching Peacock on NBC for the Premier League, ESPN Plus for La Liga and the German Bundesliga. You are watching it on CBS and, of course, on Paramount Plus as well. Look, I'm subscribed to several websites, several streaming services for soccer. Of course, like I said, with MLS Season Pass, because I cover the Red Bulls, so it's also part of the job, um, keeping track of what goes on in England, and like I said already, ESPN Plus and everything else that I need. So eventually, look, you're bound to get it. And I understand people are happy with the YouTube service, but there comes a time where, and no offense to YouTube here, and look, they're there for a reason. And I'm glad that they're for a reason, but in reality, is that while it's nice it's on YouTube, the reality is that You want the game to evolve and be on a nationally televised broadcasting channel. And so, once again, these games will be on, the majority of them, on Paramount Plus. There will also be the usage of the CBS Sports Galazzo Network. You can also watch it through Paramount Plus or free on PlutoTV.com, and then, of course, CBS Sports Network. Now, hopefully, somewhere down the line, it will have some games on CBS National, your national CBS television channel. Of course, in New York City, it's Channel 2, WCBS in New York. Depending on where you're from, whether you're in Boston, in Miami, in Los Angeles, Chicago, Dallas, Orlando, Tampa, depending on what station it is where you are and what channel number it is, hopefully it'll be on there as well. But that's my hope for the future. Now, once again, it's for 2 seasons right now. It's for this year in 2025, next year, 2026. And if it goes well, which I believe it will go well, that CBS Sports, I hope, will get another broadcasting deal with U.S. soccer and hopefully be longer than 2 seasons. I really would love to see it happen. I know you would love to see it happen, and that it's going to be fantastic. Everything is going to start in the third round in the middle of April, April 15th, for the U.S. Open Cup. So for the second round matches, continue to go to YouTube on U.S. Soccer's webpage. Make multiple links and go ahead and watch it on your computers, laptops, smartphones, smart TVs, web-enabled devices, and continue to support the U.S. Open Cup and, of course, this great tournament that we all know and love. Finally, CBS Sports is back. They have signed that deal with U.S. Soccer. They are now, for 2 years, this year and next year, the exclusive broadcasting partner of the 2025 and the 2026 Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup. It's exciting, it's a lot of fun, and I am ecstatic. I'm so happy because I feel confident that CBS Sports is going to give us excellent broadcasting coverage, excellent broadcasting production, and we're going to have those experts from CBS Sports coming in and helping us out. And it's not just that. We're going to see these matches broadcasted. You will see on CBS Sports Galazzo Network, as well as CBS Sports Network, studio coverage in between games, highlights of past games in certain rounds. It's a big country, ladies and gentlemen. We got to get ready for this. It's going to be fun and exciting. And personally, I cannot wait. And so there we have it. The U.S. Open Cup back where it belongs. CBS Sports, CBS Sports Galazzo Network, CBS Sports Network, Paramount Plus. It's exciting and it's a lot of fun. I'm Daniel Feuerstein for Beyond the 90. Thank you for watching this podcast. Of course, you can watch it as well, not just here on Beyond the 90 at beyondthe90.substack.com, but also on our YouTube page. Thank you very much once again. I'm Daniel Feuerstein for Beyond the 90. Have a good day, everybody, and welcome back. Many, many nights. Because, ladies and gentlemen, for the next 2 seasons, CBS Sports, ladies and gentlemen, it will be multiple Open Cup nights across America. Bye-bye for now.